All right, so welcome back, everybody. Last week, you all had concluded your business in Tribor, doing some shopping, speaking to some of the locals, especially the new proprietor of the Tribor Travelers, the old proprietor being mysteriously struck down by rampaging orcs. Right.
Quote.
Air quotes, big time. Um, Spoke to him. He offered to buy the piece of the bone and dod off of you all. You decided that it'd be best not to allow it to fall into the hands of someone such as that, and contacted Kotha Mossblossom in Waterdeep, who said that she would send a contingent of Lord's Alliance personnel from Neverwinter, which was much closer than Waterdeep, to Tribor to secure and then transport the object back to Waterdeep. Waterdeep, of course, being fully capable of defending itself, as you saw when the Cloud Giants attacked it the first time many weeks ago. So, after all of that and securing several different potential objectives, you all did some purchasing, gathered up your supplies, and headed eastward along the Everlund Way. The Evermore Way. So, heading eastward along the Evermore Way, Yartar being the next major settlement within reach of you all, you were intercepted by a group of wandering nomads who were clearly of the Wolf tribe. These nomads of the Desserin Valley basically decided that they liked your stuff and would very much like to eat your horses. You all decided that that was not necessarily what was going to happen and made quick work of these barbarians. So, they were clearly outmatched in the situation and fell with impunity to you all. So that is where we will pick up today. It is at the end of that traveling day that you encountered these barbarians. I'm forgetting what the name of these barbarians are, and it's bothering me. I will look it up eventually. But after encountering these guys, that is where we're going to pick up today. So, it is late afternoon, early evening. You're about halfway between Tribor and Yartar right now. Yartar being a very large trade city on the Desserin River. On your way towards Noenar's Hold, I believe, was your first scheduled stop. So, with that, you have a couple hours of daylight left in the day. What would you all like to do in the aftermath of this wolf tribe assault?
Is it possible that they have a camp nearby?
Looters.
Why don't you go ahead and make an investigation check?
Well, I thought maybe the familiars could fly over.
Okay, that would certainly work. Uthgard barbarians. Several tribes of Uthgard barbarians. Dandy would be well aware of that. There are two major factions of barbarians, each one with little sub-factions in between them. The Reghead barbarians to the far north in Icewind Dale and in the Spine of the World, and the Uthgard barbarians down here in the plains. The wolf tribesmen that you guys fought and slaughtered, for lack of a better word, were Uthgard barbarians of the wolf tribe.
Yeah. Dandy is not surprised they were so easily taken down. There's a little hair flip involved in that.
Weakness discusses Dandy.
It's not true. She's totally Frederick's friend.
Oh, no.
What do you mean, man? That's a good thing. I take that insult with pride. Yeah, horse. If you want, Flinch wouldn't mind flying up to the top of the heavens and scour the area.
Oh, just to the top of the treetops, I would imagine.
Brevin, is he dead? Can we get him out of the Silrin's old bed?
Yeah. How is Brevin?
Oh, I'm doing okay. I'm as let me kind of check right quick.
You got bitten. How many things want to bite you?
I'm
Applying for a vampire.
as horse is looking at Brevin, the kind of more enhanced vampiric traits kind of fade away, and he kind of starts looking a bit closer to human. And I need to adjust this because those temporary hit points will no longer be effective. So there we go. No, mechanically, yeah, I got bit, but the thing is, I had that on my former dread thing that I used with the temporary hit points it gives me, and the werewolf didn't get through the temporary hit points.
And you succeeded the con save as well.
Yep.
Werewolf vampire? Question mark.
Only, dude, you're saying that, but I swear every time a character of mine gets bit by a werewolf, they fail the saving throw.
No, it's every time you have a character it gets bit by a werewolf. So as long as Brevin doesn't need someone fussing over him and healing him, are we traveling or are we staying here?
I
Well,
would personally like to avoid this little crevice of a blind spot we're in. Because
Well,
like
here's a
right?
well, here's a question for you, Dandy. Considering that you are familiar with more familiar with this barbaric tribe than we are they likely to send a retaliatory force to pursue us after we leave here?
Hey, Sean, are they likely to?
So, if there had been any survivors, which there were, they are likely to find other wolf tribesmen and let them know what happened here. And yes, they are most certainly the vengeful type.
These are certainly the vengeful type. We might want to haul.
Yes, we either need to depart or we need to find where they're at and do a preemptory strike, one of the two.
Furthermore, along those lines of the things Dandy would know about these barbarians, the likelihood of there being another wolf, another group of wolf tribe nearby is slim to none. Their territories range hundreds of miles in any direction, much like wolves. They would be fiercely territorial with one another, so the likelihood of there being another group nearby is very low.
Okay.
You all can pretend I said that.
I'm playing a Waterdeep game right now, and my character is the only one from Waterdeep, and so the DM is constantly being like, Echo knows that this and this and this, and I'm just like, yes, these are things that I have told you.
Well, in that case, I would recommend that, like some of our compatriots have said, I'd recommend that we proceed along the way.
Okay. Can I get a single D20 onto the board for evening possibility of encounters?
Yes, sir.
That is a D320. All right. So
320.
320.
I love how the roll 1D something is just a random number generator of anything from one number to another. Like you can put you could probably even put a decimal in there if you wanted to. I'm curious now.
Well, I was gonna say, Brian, if it keeps you, it eases you a bit. Flish wouldn't mind flying up above and give us a warning if anything comes to my.
Okay, it does not. It does not like the decimals.
Yep.
What was that, Frederick?
Oh, I said if it eases Brevin, Flinch can stay above us and he could keep an eye out.
Does the decimal always give you a 1?
That'd be a nice
You are
way
so
to.
easily distracted tonight.
Tonight.
All right, let's move forward. Yeah.
All right. So the rest of the afternoon into the evening does go by uneventfully for you all. The sun sets over the hills, and it is now night. Would you all like to make camp for the night, or are you pushing through to the evening?
I kind of feel like we should probably make camp because we are shit magnets.
Yeah, exhaustion is never a good thing either.
I'm fine. We should keep going.
Does,
Have a cigar, take a nap, Wyatt.
would Flinch notice anything at all?
Oh, yes. Thank you for bringing us back to that. The familiars, upon flying upward, would you would actually see, before you departed from the barbarian ambush site, a small bundle of what looks like rolled up hides, sleeping equipment, and things of that nature. Searching it would reveal nothing except for some extra spears, some extra javelins, and of course tents, bedrolls, things of that nature, designed for all weather. So, if you do not have heavy-duty sleeping bags yet, you can take them from the Wolf Tribe.
Okay.
That is the most valuable thing that they had, though, was their heavy-duty sleeping gear.
Might as well.
Dandy's
You never
gonna
know we're gonna be in
restock
North.
her
It
javelins.
was the most valuable thing because they're all dead now.
Right? Anybody that wants
Some guys
spears.
ran off. They can.
So anybody that wants spears, there are half a dozen extra spears here, as well as about 20 extra javelins just bundled up into their gear. Aside from that, there's some hand axes, other type of mundane weapons like that as well.
Dandy's gonna take the javelins if no one else minds because she's been using hers pretty good.
We can always just strap the rest into the back of the cart. You know, never know when you need
Yeah.
them.
Good idea.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So heavy-duty tents and heavy-duty bedrolls.
Yes.
I'll add to the group salute.
Group salute.
No, salute.
Okay.
I said this already. We're calling it the group salute.
Group salute.
I thought we established this already.
Ugh, smells like wet dog.
But after all of that is taken care of, night does fall, and you all can take your long rest now. Who is on watch, by the way, for the first watch and second watches?
I'll take first watch.
Okay.
Whenever it's
I'll-
dark, whenever
I'll
it's
take
darkest,
third and fourth watch.
We only do two
Whatever
watches,
appear-
first and second.
Alden.
Yeah, I've never really liked breaking it up into three or more, personally.
Oh, like quarters, yeah.
I just thought of it based off of like time spent sleeping, but yeah.
to give folks enough time to have an actual full long rest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cause I only need 4 hours, so.
Given the fact that I do have the hold on a sec here. Considering I do have the Devil's Sight evocation, I'll take one of the light watches because I can see just fine in it.
Okay.
You can hang out with Dandy.
I'll do the other one, I guess.
Okay.
Makes more sense to me.
So, those of you that are on watch, there's plenty of high ground around near your campsite for whoever's on watch to perch up on and take a look around the low grounds around you. Let's get perception checks from the two people on watch, please.
First or second?
Both. I'm just going to do them both at the same time right now. Okay.
I can't drag my character onto the map and get a long rest. Thank you.
No problem.
All right, Wyatt, we got it.
Okay. So,
Did we all roll it or just
no,
people watching?
that's perfectly fine what we've got right there.
Who one's on watch?
So the evening does pass by uneventfully, with the exception of some strange screeching off in the distance. It sounds like it's pretty far away, but those of you that are proficient in nature can make a nature check. Let's get either Wyatt or Dandy. If either of you are proficient in nature, you can make a nature check.
Not
I
nature,
am
but
not.
survival.
It would be nature.
Okay. I'm not, but I'll
Okay.
give it a.
Okay. All right. Wyatt, why don't you go ahead and make a roll as well?
Okay.
Okay. That tracks.
It's a -1. I just noticed it.
That
So-
sure was noise.
Wyatt, you would have heard that strange screeching off in the distance, off in the seems to be coming from over the hills. No clue what it could be though. Just weird animal-like screeching, almost like a cross between bird and some sort of mammal. Dandy, on the other hand, when you heard that, it does sound somewhat familiar to you from your times up near the mountains. It almost sounds like young worms with a Y.
Ooh, 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 ooh. And you said it sounds far away?
It does.
Okay. I'm just gonna stay very awake.
Okay. And the rest of the evening does pass uneventfully.
And finally breathe out.
Well, wait a minute.
Somewhat through the night, like maybe like a couple hours after I like my shift's done. I kind of want to open my eyes and look at Brevin.
Okay.
Has he fallen asleep yet?
Brevin?
Is this during his on second shift?
Yeah,
He'd be up at that point because he went down earlier and got up later to be on watch.
Don't you not sleep anymore?
I think he's still. I think it's eat, breathe, or drink. He doesn't have to do any longer.
Oh, okay, never mind. I thought it was the one that you don't sleep anymore either.
No, that's a specific invocation that I could take up if I felt like it.
Got it.
But
Do you breathe now? Do you like just?
I don't have to, and he forgets to sometimes.
Wyatt has a lingering doubt in his head.
This
I'm,
music does not help this conversation.
How obvious is Wyatt about doing this?
I mean, he's just sort of in his bedroom, like opening his eyes and looking.
I have the feeling that while he's sitting there staring at Braven, he's trying to sneak into Wyatt's pack to steal food.
Who is? Oh, Wyatt's learned it?
His bat familiar, it's trying to steal food out of the various packs.
Oh.
Most
Could definitely
worthless
see
familiar,
Fletcher watching.
the most worthless familiar ever. But I'm now I figure if you're I do figure Brevin would kind of notice White looking in and just kind of ask if something was wrong.
Oh, nothing. He'll turn away from him. And just think. Probably prepare another spell tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay.
He's well, just those old instincts from when he worked for the City Watch are just coming back now. Is someone trying to get someone aiming for his back? Ah, well.
So now that it's morning, I suggest we find a temple or something to treat Brevin's werewolf wound. I'm not at all comfortable, and I think that we should seek attention for it immediately.
I most certainly. I don't know. Here, hold on. And he'll snap his fingers and hold his shield up, and he'll cast Detect Evil and Good.
Actually, let me check something. I'm going to roll something just to see if I think my character would know this about werewolves. He's not proficient in Arcana, so this would probably just be a straight intelligence. Brevin has no idea that lycanthropy is spread via bites.
Oh, maybe he has rabies. Or maybe with a crit in your knowledge, maybe this would be a good time to spend your sessional.
Well, you all are only one day away from Yartar, which is a major settlement. Many a temple there.
Cool.
Any aberration, celestial, elemental, fey, fiends, or undead within 30 feet of me?
There are not. You get a little bit of a ping off of Brevin though.
Oh,
And perhaps a little ping off of Dandy?
Yeah, elemental? No?
Celestial.
Ah, thank you. I was like, wait, this isn't Candlekeep. Confusion.
Pseudo Dragon's Fae.
Yeah, there would be pings everywhere, wouldn't there? Yeah, the pseudo dragon would ping it like.
It's like I walk by with flinch on my shoulder, and you just look at him too. It's like, what are you looking at me for?
Wow, this is strange.
What's strange?
Bones. Bones is giving off like a gray vibe. And then he turns to Dandy. Wings over here is just like
Shiny.
I don't even know what it's like. Technicolor for me. It's looking crazy.
And
then he'll look at Flitch and be like, "Whoa."
Flitch just looks back like all puzzled, like what?
I wish Lynch could speak, because then he could go, whoa, right back.
What's E looking like?
It's a bat.
I know that on the Something Familiar it's supposed to be some sort of extra dimensional spiritual thing. But in my head, whenever he did the ritual, just a regular freaking bat showed up.
It's just like that one bat from like the bandit warehouse just showed up and just kicked the actual good bat out.
Mm-hmm.
He saw his chest and he took it.
Pretty much.
But he is perched up on top of wherever he would be right now, just munching down on somebody's ration. Nobody knows who's missing one.
Mm-hmm.
Turns out that's just rations. A rivalry of Flinch and E has begun. So I guess we progress to Yartar.
Okay. So, as you all break camp and begin to make your way eastward once more, as you go, you begin to hear the rushing waters of the Desserin River nearby. As you guys are going, this rushing water does sound nearby, but it seems like it's more than a stone throws away. It's a little bit off the path still. But not long after the morning begins and your traveling begins, along with that sound of rushing water comes what sounds like a lot like what Dandy heard the previous night, shrieking and almost cawing, almost avian-like sounds. And
Uh,
go ahead.
I was gonna say she's going to immediately let the group know that sounds like worms.
Oh,
Worms in what context? I look at Dandy
Um,
puzzled.
He's got like a mouthful of
giant,
earthworms.
giant dragon snaky things, lots of teeth.
and you've heard these before?
Fortunately,
As recently as last night? Oh,
indeed.
certainly glad you told us.
Well, I didn't know we were gonna walk on top of them.
Interesting. So,
So can I get a perception check from everybody?
okay.
I also heard a bear shitting in the woods. Did you step in that?
Perception, and I'm more than happy to toss guidance on myself in case. Nah, they ain't gonna do it. Dang, like good, it'll suck.
Drake, as you're scanning the sky and kind of looking around, you do see off in the distance, approaching you from. Oh, nice. So Wyatt, you would notice this as well, and so would Flinch. It looks like 4 shapes flying almost erratically around one another, and they are approaching you, but they do not seem to be focused on you at all. They approach from the north, from the Desserin River, the branch that breaks off towards your group. And every now and then you see an object, with your high perception scores, a vaguely human-sized object drop from their group of these 4 creatures that are clearly having an aerial battle with one another. And every now and then, the object that they're fighting over drops a few dozen feet, and then one of them swoops down and grabs it, and the melee recommences in the sky. This group approaches you, and it's getting closer and closer and closer to where you guys are. The object dropping, being recaught, dropping again every now and then, until about 30 feet from you, when they are nearly directly above you, the object drops all the way down and then thuds into the ground around where you guys all are, on a low rise just past a small little tributary, basically a stream breaking off from the Desserin. And the object drops onto it, and you hear a "oh" from inside of what appears to be a cocoon that is just dropped. It's making a wet splatting sound, and water just jetted up from it when it hit the ground. Those 4 creatures in the air continue their melee. You see poison spraying from it looks like they're trying to stab each other with their tails, biting and clawing at one another as they go, until one of them drops out of the sky, terribly wounded, and lands flat on the ground, not 10 feet in front of where you guys all stand. It is very, very dead, extremely wounded, and there is black poison just all over it where it was stabbed multiple times. The 3 remaining creatures circle around each other, and then you see them all look down and notice that their quarry has dropped to the ground. All 3 of them land in a triangular formation around that cocoon-like object, and at that point, one of them looks up and regards the 6 of you and your horses, looks between the bunch of you, looks back and forth, and then lets loose this very sharp, short type sound. And the other 2 immediately stop and look towards you. I'm gonna put you guys on a map now.
So wyverns, right?
Make a nature check.
Nature check.
Nature check. See if you can use that meta knowledge you got.
6-8.
You would recognize these as wyverns or wyverns. So I'm gonna put you all. I've put you all on the map now. Your cart and your horses are directly behind you. If anyone wants to grab them, you just have to go 10 feet south of the map and then back, and you'll have your horses.
Wait, are we riding our horses while this is happening, or were we?
If you are riding your horses, you can
was.
have your horses out now. You can drag them out. Um,
Okay.
Wait, how do we drag
I'm
him
at-
out? I'm sorry.
Beef
I
has his own
picked the wrong
token now.
horse back. Oh my god.
I'm sorry. Where's Beef?
Yeah, beef right here. I'll drag it on for you.
Thank you.
And
Actually,
then
no,
we're
vacant.
writing.
No, I can't drag beef out.
Beef,
Weird.
where are you?
He's right under the owl.
Oh, okay, I see him. Thank you. Oh, I
I'll
can't
grab
either.
your riding horses, and you all have your riding horses now. Also in your. Wow, you guys need a menagerie folder too. We don't even have a druid, and I need a creature folder for you all.
Yeah.
There we go. Drag
I need
one
to-
riding horse.
So, these three creatures all turn their attention towards you, and with a shriek, they take to the air, and we are going to roll initiative.
Hey, 20. And flinch.
Hey, look at that. 6.
What is happening right now?
Yeah, 15. Nice.
I'm not getting my
Token actions.
yeah.
All right, one moment, I will get that fixed for you. We may have a broken API.
Well, I rolled one, but it didn't go up there.
Oh, I-
9.1.
You rolled a 20.
Yeah, I know.
23.
Show up.
Your token actions didn't show up, you said?
No, no, my token actions didn't show up. I had to go into my character sheet, which is fine. That's not a big deal.
Try it again. Your token actions. Did they pop up
Here
along
they
the top?
are.
Okay, good.
Yes. Thank you.
No problem. Let me go ahead and restart the API sandbox real quick before we start combat, just in case any other APIs are broke.
Okay, I don't see where it put my initiative over on the tracker. I rolled a 9.14, but I'm not seeing it over here.
Go ahead and roll it again, and we'll put you up there for a 9.14.
Need a drink? Want to go to bed? Your tummy hurts.
Okay.
Your tummy.
Okay. So, anyone riding your horses into this fight can drag your horses out. Otherwise, your cart is 10 feet off the map to the south, along with the rest of your horses and beef. Oh, Dandy, you said you were riding beef, didn't you?
Oh. Are you riding beef?
Yes, I need
Yeah.
a picture before our child vomits. Where's the
Oh,
picture?
that does sound important.
Don't know. Hold on.
Nice. Okay. So we will catch up to Dandy as soon as she gets back. Frederick, why don't you go ahead and go?
Are wyverns known to be intelligent?
I don't think so. They're tameable. I know that for
With Frederick's previous nature check, he would be able to give you a negative on that. They are basically animals.
Okay.
sure. Yeah, so cool. That assumption was right. Awesome. I read monster lore. All right. So are we skipping Danny's turn, or is she coming
No,
back?
I'm right
She
here.
okay, so you can go ahead, Dandy.
Oh, perfect.
All right.
And then you,
So-
Frederick, you're on deck.
Yeah.
Dandy is going to charge Beef across the water. So let me see how far I can actually go with her.
A beef is a riding horse, right? Not a draft horse.
He's a riding horse.
Okay.
Yeah, he's not a war horse yet. So he gets how much?
So Beef's regular movement, and he can take the dash action, which gives Beef a total. Oh, I have to give him his riding horse stat block real quick. Gives him a total of 120 feet.
Cool. So I'm sorry, I can't see. Sorry, give me 1 second. I'm trying to.
No problem.
Yeah, we're gonna come around the side here, and I'm not gonna get. Yeah, I am. I'm gonna get up here at 70 feet, and I'm going to huck a javelin, please.
Okay.
Cool. So let me move him. because I am aware of that tail, and I am not interested in. I am not raging, but
Okay.
I should be. Yes, I'm raging.
You're raging. Okay, raging.
So, 9 points. I'm going to throw another one because I do smell like wet dog, and I'm going to get rid of them.
Okay,
17 hit.
those both hit. So as you approach, it jealously kind of steps out in front of the cocoon on the ground and just roars at you with this like almost like mix between bird and reptile kind of roar it lets loose. Get
Can
close
she
up on
like
those guys.
mimic the sound back at him, like wah, or back at it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so 9 and 8, so 17 damage, not bad.
And she's done.
Okay. No more movement?
No,
Beef still has 50 feet.
I guess we can kind of circle up here.
Brave Dandy. Okay. All right. Frederick, you're up.
Yeah. Just give him a moment. Well, first things first, I'm gonna start off with mage armor.
Okay.
So I'll boost my AC to do at least 15 now.
I've got dragons coming up in my adventure, so I'm really hyped on flying creatures right now. Just as a warning for you all.
I can't do anything else with this. Yeah, I guess I'll be my turn. I guess I'll move. Let me see. That's 120 feet, right?
120 feet total for your riding horse.
Yeah, 120 feet. Right. Cool. So I guess I'll just try to get in position. Yeah, I'll move right about here. So let me.
The ridge that they're up on top of right now is about 10 to 12 feet tall.
All right, cool. So I mean, okay, so I'll move right about here, and that'll be my turn. Yeah.
Okay.
Or we'll move Flitch separately. Or...
The water, in addition, everybody, is going to be difficult terrain. It didn't make much difference for Dandy. I'm pretty sure that wouldn't have changed the movement much, but just as a future reference, that water is difficult terrain.
So it'll be like half movement, right?
Half movement on any square that has the water in it.
Cool. So I'll be still movable. That would be my turn.
Okay. That brings us to the first wyvern. And Dandy, it takes a couple steps towards you on the ground before launching itself up and into the air. And it took a few steps on the ground, seeming clumsy on the ground, its winged claws stomping into the dirt as it went, and it puts itself in between you and the cocoon before launching itself up only about 5 or 6 feet into the air, kind of more just hovering than anything, and approaches you and Beef, and it just roars at you, and you see its stinger whip around and focus. It does intend to hit you with that stinger, and it is a 23 to hit.
Oof.
That doesn't seem like it would hit. So, Dandy, it is 11 piercing, and I need a Constitution saving throw from you as that stinger impacts and this black sludge just begins to pump out of a syringe-like opening at the end of the stinger.
Can you hold on just one sec?
Okay, absolutely.
Yeah, Wyvern stabbed you with a 23 to hit, and you gotta make a con save and throw.
Coming in.
Don't remember how much damage, though.
It's 11 piercing, and I need that con save.
Yep, coming now.
You got it. Andy, in addition to the 11 piercing, I'm going to roll these out in the open for you guys.
Though it would be, it's half on the piercing because of the
Yes,
range.
That'll be
sure.
half.
Okay, so we round up, so 6 piercing, and then Dandy, in addition to that 6 piercing, you do take 22 poison.
Ooh.
You might want to use your inspiration on that one.
He's good.
So 6 poisons doesn't get halved,
Okay,
right?
poison does not get halved.
Okay.
So for future reference, when we're gonna choose to take those inspirations, let's do it before the damage before the damage result.
Oh, I'm not. I don't.
No, I know. I heard that you weren't going to, but just for future reference. So after the roll is fine, and after you realize what the roll is going to do, but before the damage output.
59 minus 28, 31.
Okay.
She's fine.
So the other 2 wyverns, you see them kind of just like make a hiss towards the one that struck you, and they take a couple side steps away from you, Dandy, seemingly disgusted with all that black ooze that's all over you.
Did it.
Flinch's turn.
So Flinch is, if I'm right, 120 feet movement as well. So flight speed of 16. Let me make sure. Yeah, 60 feet, 120 feet. Okay, so
Make it feel a little better.
so on the ridge portion, would Flinch have to? Will that consider extra movement to fly up there, or?
No, flying would not take any extra movement to go up. And in addition to that, Flinch obviously wouldn't take any penalty from the water as they're flying over it.
Yeah. Oh man, that's 70 feet. It's still above. If he uses the dash action, he can give the help action, right?
Correct.
Alright, so I'm just gonna move Flinch basically up to this wyvern, and he just want to start pestering him.
Okay.
As- just imagine like a small chihuahua trying to like annoy a Great Dane of sorts.
Right. Okay.
It's like a mutual rivalry for Flinch.
The wyvern kind of ducks its head out of Flinch's way, obviously distracted by it every now and then. Lets like a casual waving gesture with its clawed wing.
Flinch, seeing what that one can do, is gonna try to sting it. See what he can do.
Okay. 9 does not hit.
No, it does not. Yes, well, your description was perfect for it. Sorry, Flinch's turn.
Drake, you're up.
It's a shame that Flinch went right there. Let me see if I can position this fireball properly.
Remember, you do have a cocooned individual stuck back there as well.
That's why I'm saying it's unfortunate this dragon.
Oh, okay, because you wanted to do it more forward. Okay.
Yeah, I wanted to do it like over here, but pack the chain. If it dies, can you cost 10 gold to resummon it?
If you kill Flinch, I'll personally attack you.
Oh, why is there a tiny horse?
Because it's Horus.
Weird.
Alright,
That was
I
odd.
can't do that.
Yeah, that was weird.
Fireball then, I guess. Alright, we'll go ahead and cast Hex then. We'll target the damage right here.
Horses are being
How
weird.
how high up is the pseudo dragon? Could you catch like 2 in a fireball if you moved it up in the third direction?
I'm then
Higher
gonna
height.
hit this one with some nice juicy little blasts.
Okay. Yeah, 26 hits. 12 does not.
Yep. That's a really low roll. Damn. Oh well.
Okay, and you struck that one, Drake.
Yep,
Okay.
that's it for now.
Okay.
Yep.
Drake, as soon as it strikes you, its head just turns towards you. It screeches at you territorially, eyes locked on you. Wyatt, you're up.
I don't have a horse. Everybody's got a horse, but Wyatt. Wyatt's just gonna run.
Nice.
He's gonna use his action to dash. And he's going to leap this river.
Nice.
With a 20 strength score, he can make it.
Yep.
And he gets up to there. I don't think she. Oh no! Yeah, you're right. As a bonus action, he will throw a healing word to Dandy.
Nice.
Hey, thanks.
Have I ever said how much I love Wyatt?
So 4 plus an additional 3 for his healer, so 7 total.
Thanks. I'll take it.
That's Wyatt's turn.
Brevin, you're up. Double Liberty attack, one after the other.
First off, I'm going to get just a little bit closer, just so I can be closer. Yeah, there's not almost spells on there, but it has what I need. I am going to aim at this one, at the wyvern closest to me. And I'm going to stretch forth my hand and fire 2 shadowy eldritch blasts at it.
Okay, the one up there, got it.
Yep.
26 certainly hits.
Yeah. Don't have hex going, so it'd just be the agonizing
Okay. So
9 plus 4.
Okay.
And we'll do a second shot at it.
27 certainly hits.
So that'd be 4 plus 1 because I don't have hex rolling yet.
Okay.
And and I think that after I do that, I'll use as a. I think I could do it as a bonus action. I think I'm capable of doing. I think I can cast Shillelagh as a bonus action on my staff.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'll do that just in case it gets close.
Okay. And as you strike it, much like what happened after Drake struck the first one, it does rear its head up and stare right at you and screech right at you, Brevin. These are dumb territorial animals, and you all are threats to their food. At least that's how they picture you now. So, it is very focused on you, Brevin. And anything else?
That'll do it for me.
Horace, you're up.
Hey, so on horseback, I can make it to here for 30, and then 25 crosses, and that 25 would be 50. So to get here is 80, and then
Yep, along the bank.
and then 80 and 30 is
Yeah, what?
110, and then another 10 would get me here.
Nice.
Did you see that?
Yep, I did.
And then I dismount here, and I can move 15 and get between them.
That's correct.
So the horse, wrong thing. So the horse moves to here. Dismount me, please.
Yep.
Dismount me, please.
Among the sentences that no one expected to hear at D&D.
Oh no. Then I can Shield of Faith as a bonus action, stand between them, and take a dodge action.
Okay. All right.
Maybe get their attention. Ah!
Okay.
It's a shame you can't talk.
Ah! You can kind of talk.
So Roxanne.
All right. So that does bring us to this wyvern here, and this is the one that Brevin pissed off. It is going to launch itself up into the air about 15 feet and then dive bomb right at Brevin.
Yay.
Brevin,
Damn,
as
that's a lot of fly speed.
yeah, they have a huge fly speed. It's great. I love it. Brevin, it is going to fly right up to you, and still in the air, hovering about 5 or 6 feet off the ground, the stinger whips around and attempts to stab you square in the chest. It is going to be a 20 to hit. Man, they're rolling high.
That'll hit.
Yep. For 10 piercing, and I need you to make a con save, please.
Okay,
Watch out, their butts are angry.
let me do the con save right quick. Oof.
Brevin, that stinger jabs into you. The hollow needle-like protrusion begins pumping out this black sludge, and it is 25 poison damage that you take. It then, with its stinger still pumping poison, reaches its head down and attempts to take a bite out of you.
Everything wants to bite you.
It is only a 10 to hit with the bite.
The bite misses.
Oh, that messed you up, dude. Damn.
Oh, yes, it did.
All right. So, the other wyvern jumps and just does basically jumps up into the air and does a glide, beelining right for Drake. And it makes it directly in front of you, Drake. 80 feet.
I'm surprised it's going for me instead of Dandy, since Dandy hit her with a lot more damage than I did.
Didn't Dan... Oh, yeah, that is the one Dandy hit.
One Dandy hit with 2 downs.
Dandy... Right. There is a reason for that. Dandy got struck with the poison of another wyvern. And wyverns
right.
do not attack anything marked with the poison of another wyvern.
Fair enough.
Yeah, that's like actual lore. I like it.
Damn.
Right. Yeah, AJ Pickett, you can thank him for the beating you're about to take.
It's so good.
It's so good.
All right, Drake. It dive bombed straight for you. Wyatt, it would have had to glide low enough. It wouldn't have been able to get the altitude it needed to avoid your opportunity attack before diving at Drake.
As well as Forrest opportunity attack.
Was
Forrest stayed a dodge action,
Yep,
but he was still
yep,
right next
yep,
to
yep.
him, so.
Forrest would have been able to as well if he wants it.
Okay. Question.
Sure.
Opportun. Oh, go ahead.
Let's swing at the thing just to get its attention, making me hit something. Warhammer.
9 is not going to do it.
Okay.
And the 5 would not have been enough to distract it thoroughly from Drake, who did like 20 to it. All right. Wyatt, what was your question?
Good. Can I grapple as an opportunity attack?
You know, we looked
No.
this up last night. That is a negative. This came up during our home game last night, and it is a no.
Okay.
So you can't grapple or shove as an opportunity attack, but you could have prepared a grapple or a shove.
I see. Okay.
Oh, that's good to know.
Yep.
Okay.
I will. Okay, I'll just take a regular hit at it as it flies by.
12 does not hit.
Got it.
All right. Drake, it is right up in your face now, screeching and clawing at you. It is going to lead with its stinger as it does. It is an 18 to hit with that stinger.
Shield.
Okay. Nice shield. Okay.
Hooray.
Okay, so the stinger juts out and it slams against the invisible barrier of your shield. Black sludge just spraying out as it does. You can see this outline of the sludge all along the outside of your shield. And then it kind of screeches at you and then rears in and tries to go for the bite. The bite is a 21, which I think is still covered under
Yeah,
your
it goes in,
shield.
Yep. No, 21 hits.
Oh, 21 hits. Okay. 12 piercing.
Okay.
And we're back to Dandy. Nice.
All right.
What are you concentrating on, Drake?
Hex.
Okay, thank you.
Dandy and Beef are going to charge into this one here. And Dandy wants to swing her, God, hold on a second. I'm under my action token, so it wouldn't let me move. There we go. Swing the Great Axe.
Hiking.
Huh?
Flanking.
Yep, you have
What does that
advantage.
mean?
You have advantage.
Oh, yay!
20 hits. Nice hit.
Yes.
13. 12
Oh, sorry,
unfortunately
sorry.
does not. Oh, do you have 2 attacks yet? Just out of curiosity?
Yeah.
You do, right? Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't mean to do that. I
There you
thought
go.
I was doing damage and I rolled again.
So
I was
13,
going to anyway, but
right. 12 does not hit though, unfortunately. So 13 damage the wyvern takes.
All right. Do I take an opportunity attack if beef continues to run, or
Yes, it
am
does
I
still
locked
have
in?
it does still have its reaction.
Okay, then I'm gonna get hit. I'm gonna get hit right there, so I can swing again at my next turn.
Okay. And Frederick, you're up.
Oh,
go
bonus
ahead.
action.
Yep.
I'm sorry. Bonus action. I'm going to Cecil.
Okay.
Storm Soul. Sorry.
Oh, Storm Aura, got it. So it has to make a dex
Yeah.
save.
Yes. I think it's 12.
Gets a 6 on the dex save.
Cool. So I think it's a. Hold on. I have to figure out what I'm rolling. I think it's a D6? D10?
Let's take a look.
I'm going into my sheet to see what it is. I can't remember. I'm sorry.
No worries. We really should just set that up as a button you can click.
Sorry.
No, that's my fault. I can do that.
Doesn't say.
Storm Aura.
I have to go look at what the lightning one is. Hold on. Storm Aura.
Okay. So while you look it up, I will prepare a macro on your sheet for you.
I'm so sorry.
There you go.
I do this enough, you'd think.
Ignore that.
1d6 until I get to 10th level.
Okay.
Okay.
And it's, what's the save? Saving throw, dexterity saving throw, and it's a DC 12.
Thought it was a 12. DC equals 8 plus proficiency bonus.
Okay. And it's a D6.
Yes.
And it's lightning.
It's a 11. I'm sorry. My proficiency bonus is only 3.
Nice. Okay.
Let me do my D6.
DC 11 dex save. And you now have a fancy button that you can press to do that.
Thank you.
Where's that DC button? Flat DC 11. Nice. Okay, that is all nice and fancy for you now. So whenever you need to do Storm Aura, it's in your actions and spellcasting. It's at the very bottom. Just click that. It'll show us what the DC is and the damage.
Appreciate it.
No problem. Okay, so 5 it takes.
And now I'm done.
Frederick, you're up.
Okay. Question: Why? Does your melee attacks count as weapon attacks?
I don't think. Oh no, are unarmed strikes kind of? No, it's not.
There's
melee.
a monk ability that does that. That turns your that makes your fists weapons.
Yeah. No.
So
it would be,
yeah, that would lead me to
unarmed
believe that
strikes.
no until monk.
Okay. So yeah, 'cause shit. I was just want to cast haste on Wyatt, but if you can't use the double action or double attack ability from it.
Oh no, I could. It still would
can?
count as an action.
Haste would be
it's
great
a
on
rosary-
D&D.
Yeah, it would, but like,
Oh,
I have to leave you guys alone, and I can use it on Dandy, but that'll take me out of the fight with these 2 wyverns. Let's see. Okay, so let me see. 40. That'll be okay. So 20.
Drake, with your background, it's safe to say that you would have a pretty detailed understanding of drakes and dragon kind. So, just as a heads up there. So, you would know that as soon as they've marked a target, no other wyvern will attack them, and they will attack that target until they are incapacitated. That is something that you would know.
So this one could still change targets.
Right, the one in front of you could still change targets.
Yeah, which it might be doing.
Yeah. That's a good best bet. You saw how I was the arrows, right, Sean?
I see
So
it
it'll
now.
be 20 here, and I'll be 50 here, and if I move up like 10 more spaces, this should be within range for Dandy for 30 feet. Let me check real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. So I'm gonna basically move that there, and I'm gonna cast. I'm gonna just use that haste on Dandy.
Nice.
Recast it again.
Jeez, haste is such a great spell.
So what does it let me do? Move faster?
You
Plus
have
2 as
now
well.
double movement, I believe, and you now do an extra attack with a melee
So
weapon.
let's just read it out so we all understand it. Until the spell ends, your speed is doubled. You gain a +2 bonus to AC. You have advantage on dexterity saving throws, and you gain an additional action on each of your turns.
Well.
And your attack action says whenever you take the attack action, you can take an additional attack. So you now have 4 attacks, 2 to your AC, double movement, and advantage on dex saves.
Well, okay then.
Basically.
Oh,
That's
it does
great.
specify 1 weapon attack only, so you get 3
Yeah,
attacks.
so that's why I was asking why if his fist counts weapon attacks, because it literally says weapon attacks only. So
It says 1 weapon attack only. I take that to mean that if you were attacking with a weapon, you can only do it once. That will affect if it was on Wyatt, it would still give him the extra attack as well. But Dandy's an excellent candidate for that.
Okay, so Dandy now has haste, and I have a concentration on that for a minute, right?
It's bothering me that we can't get you guys layered over the horses. Other servers let me do that, but this one won't for some reason.
Let me move down here then. All right, I'll use the horses as the actual space, but yeah. That was my action. I can't really do anything else now.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Dandy, marked with the Wyvern's poison, it does continue to attack you.
Okay.
Coming at you with a stinger again, it is a 16 to hit Dandy.
No.
Okay. So the stinger bounces harmlessly away from your parry, and then it goes in for a bite attack, which is a 21 to hit.
Oh, yeah.
Your AC is 19. Okay. So that is 13 piercing, halved down to 7 from your rage.
My AC's a 17.
Right, 19 because of haste.
Haste.
Oh, cool. I was like, oh,
Yeah, plus 2 bonus to
Okay.
AC.
thanks, guys.
Yeah. All right. Flinch.
Okay. Well, seeing that he just saw one of them just run away from him, he's gonna go straight for the white liver, and that everyone sees. He thinks the air is jumping. He's currently jumping, and he would just attempt to sting the wyvern.
Nice. 11 does not hit. Poor Flinch.
Flinch is trying his best. I swear. Okay, that'll be his turn.
Okay.
He's taking this challenge of these inferior drakes seriously.
Drake, you're up. Drake? There we go.
So I'm gonna use my once per long rest, Misty Step.
Nice.
I'm also gonna tell my horse to disengage from the battle, so it'll just kind of like run over here for now.
Okay.
Until I call it, and then we're gonna Misty Step within 10 feet of it, and it needs to make a Charisma saving throw, DC 14.
Ah, right.
Wait, no, it's DC 15 now.
Charisma. It gets a big ol' 0.
Alright, it's now charmed by me.
Okay. Can you put that ability up for me so I can take a look at it real quick?
Actually, if I go right here, does that put me within 10 feet of that
Yes,
one?
it is. Oh,
No,
then
it's
that...
15
No,
feet.
that one's too far.
Yeah, that's fine. Right here's fine though. Alright, so... There you go.
Thank you.
So if anyone hits it, it'll be no longer charmed. But as long as it remains undamaged, it's turned by me.
Okay.
With that, I'm going to target this one again, and I'm going to start blasting it.
Okay. Oh man, that's going to be an interesting situation for this creature now because it can't attack Brevin. Brevin's covered in a different wyvern's poison.
Mm-hmm.
That's an interesting interaction there. Okay. So 27 and 24 both strike. And you are shooting at the one that Brevin is currently engaged with. So 7, 17, 19 damage it takes.
Nice.
So it just
lower hex rolls though.
rocked in the side, and it looks up towards you and shrieks at you, and then immediately returns its attention to Brevin.
That's my turn.
Okay. Wyatt, you're up. So it would be important to note that you would see what Drake just did, and you would see the one wyvern that was in front of Drake kind of look towards him. Its expression changes a bit as it looks towards Drake, and then it sees past Drake to you.
Perfect. I probably still not gonna change. Wyatt's gonna about face and run back because Bones looks like Bones. He's gonna take his 10 feet and leap across. I believe that's 30 feet. Oh, 30, 30, and he's gonna jump onto the wyvern.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
And then he's gonna put the wyvern in a headlock.
Jesus. Okay.
17?
Strength, right?
I think Danny just
That'd be
fell in
in
love.
17 hits.
So it's 7 bludgeoning, 8 necrotic, and then as his bonus action, he will grapple the wyvern.
Okay.
The
He's on
25.
pin. He's on.
What's allowing you to grapple as a bonus action?
Tavern Brawler.
Thank you. Awesome. Good God. 25 athletics. I don't think this wyvern can't. I don't know. He's pretty strong. He's pretty strong. He might be able to succeed. Okay. His athletics check is embarrassing. You knock him flat.
Oh no, I'm just grappling him. I got one arm
He's
around.
riding
his
a
neck.
wyvern.
Okay.
I got him, Bones. Bones, I got him.
So the creature is shrieking and just whipping itself around from side to side, just utterly confused as to what the fuck is happening to it. And how much damage did it take? A lot. Okay. Oh, no, not too much. Okay. So
Yeah,
15.
So now, if the wyvern wants to attack Wyatt, doesn't it count as he might attack the other wyvern as well? Since he's on him?
Well, technically, he wouldn't be occupying the same space. He's grappled, and we're just saying he's riding the wyvern for flavor.
Okay.
Yeah. So that is an interesting situation that I have a couple turns to think about. Brevin, you're up.
First thing Brevin's going to do is, with only 4 hit points left, he kind of came a little close to dead again. So as he gets close to there, that form of dread instinctively kicks in. So 6, 7, 8. That at least gives him 8 temporary hit points on top of that.
I hear wyvern poison can cure werewolf curse.
And this is a spell that is not popping up on my little thing yet, so I'm just going to pull it from here.
Oh, we had a level up since the last time I've adjusted your all's token actions. That's why some of them are not working. So that is now fixed.
Okay, let me click on him again. Okay, yeah, that has all sorts of other goodies on there now.
Right. So whenever we level up, I have to delete your token actions and then reinstate them. So you'll have to go through and clean it up again. Or you can just ask me to. Just let me know what you want to keep on there. But that'll also reset your spells and give you all your new stuff, your new class abilities, and all that stuff will be up there.
Okay, looking at this wyvern, he's going to make what's listed as a spell attack. Does 18 hit?
18 hits.
Now, The thing is, with the form of dread, I get to roll one more damage dice because with it being necrotic.
Nice. Vampiric Touch. Good spell.
And the thing is
Hell yeah.
12 necrotic, so that restores 6 hit points back to Brevin. Which, flavor-wise, he just snarls at this thing loudly, grabs knocks its head aside a little, and sinks his fangs into it.
Nice. Bite me,
Yes.
will you?
Fight him back.
Good shit. Okay. So yeah, you regain hit points. How much damage was it total?
18 total, but one of those was adding. With that Grave Touch ability, I can do one extra damage roll. But I don't think that counts for the restoring hit points thing. Or I'm unsure, so I'm going to err on the side of being conservative with it.
Okay.
Now it does have to make a Wisdom saving throw against my spell save DC, or it is now frightened of me.
Nice. Oh, that poor animal.
And my DC is a 16.
It gets a 12. So, wow, the the battlefield control you all are bringing to the table now is nice. It's cool. But it is in fact frightened of Brevin. Okay, so with Wyatt on this thing's back, having it in a chokehold, it's rearing up, the wings are going all over the place, it's hopping around, and then Brevin just takes a bite out of it, and the thing just looks down in terror at this human who is basically drinking its blood, and just shrieks at it. It reaches its head back into the air and just begins shrieking wildly.
Got any information about Wyvern blood horse?
Horse says it cures lycanthropy, so we don't need to get Brevin fixed anymore.
That's right. It cures you dead.
Cures you dead.
Though the question is, can the Wyvern get lycanthropy?
Right? Get the wyvern like
Where Wyvern?
Where? Goddamn.
Werewolf. Imagine that. Like
This is
downgrade from a wyvern to a werewolf.
This is how the weird section of the Monster Manual comes into being.
Vampiric werewolf wyvern. Wyvern.
That's just terrifying, honestly.
Yeah, honest.
All right, Brevin.
This is why we can't have nice things, guys.
Okay.
Just let me look at that again.
Yo, Drake.
All right, Brevin, anything else?
That's it for the time being.
All right, that is going to bring us back around to Horus.
We got him flanked, buddy.
Well, if he's not going to pay any attention to me, then I might as well Radiant Soul.
Yes.
And not getting any of our party members, or the horses, or the
Okay.
guy wrapped up in the cocoon, or the familiars.
Is this
or any-
Spirit Guardians?
Yes.
Okay.
What did I say?
Radiant Soul.
Oh.
Oh, I was like, you can do it too. Awesome.
I swear, this marker has received the most use out of any other marker in my games.
Okay, I think it's a 15-foot diameter.
I believe it's
Oh,
20.
did I put
isn't
it up?
I got it. Oh, you no. Spirit Guardians has not gone up into the chat box yet, but I have my little marker that tells me how big it is. It's an 8x8, which would make it a.
Oh.
Yeah. 15 foot.
Okay. So
15.
that's
Okay, so that is a little
Come
bit
on.
too big.
come on, baby. 14 save for half.
Okay, it's not bad at all though. And do they make that save when it first pops up, or just on their turn?
No, they make the save when they move into it or they begin their turn there.
Got it. Thank you. All right. Anything else from Horus?
And I kick him for no damage.
Kick him in the shin. He's angry. All right. Does bring us to the next wyvern, the one down here who has been bitten, choked, and is just not having a good time anymore. All it is going to do is try to buck Wyatt off of it.
It also takes a D10 of necrotic damage.
All right, he is having a very bad day. So it is just going to shriek and attempt to just throw Wyatt off. And it is grappled. Its movement speed is 0. All it can do is this. Well, it could have attacked, but it is terrified out of its mind, so this is all it's going to do. And to escape the grapple, it is an opposed athletics check. Is it not, or is it a strength save?
It is an opposed athletics check.
And it has disadvantage on ability checks.
God, what have you done to this thing?
Disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while source of its fears within line of sight.
All right. So its eyes wide, still staring at Brevin. It begins to buck wildly. It does get a 17 on its athletics check. So, still stuck, its wings beating around frantically. That is all that it can do. That was its action to do that. So, yep. All right. Brings us to the other wyvern, who, seeing all of this, has to pick a new target. And Brevin is a non-target because he is covered in wyvern poison. Drake it is enamored with, and Wyatt is on top of another wyvern.
That's right. Go back to Horus.
It has to, because Dandy's got other wyvern poison on it too.
Come to Horus. Horus is your destiny.
Frederick is closer.
I'm taking the closest one.
Frederick is closer, but Horus is closer to its meal.
Wyatt's right there.
Right, but you are on top of another wyvern.
Why wouldn't he attack Wyatt?
Wyatt's about to become the frosting between this wyvern Oreo.
Fucking God.
No. This sounds
That sounded unnecessarily dirty. It really did. All right. So, you know what? Let's go ahead and just roll a d6. 1 and 2, it's Wyatt.
Sure.
3 and 4, it's Frederick. 5 and 6, it's Horus. Who wants to roll it? I think Frederick has the most to lose from this, so Frederick can roll it.
Alright. I have the most to lose. Right, I like my odds.
That is Horus.
Oh, okay.
Horus.
Good.
So it
To Horus.
hops up into the air and flies right for Horus. It can get right to there. Enters into the Spirit Guardians and does take that damage.
14.
better?
What is the wisdom save?
Also 14.
It does get a 16 to succeed, but it takes half the damage, so it takes 7 damage. And it gets a wisdom save against the charm now, right?
It automatically breaks.
Automatically breaks, okay. But it is right there, and it is going to send a stinger at Horus. Horus, it is an 18 to hit with the stinger.
That misses.
Okay. Coming in for the bite next, it is a 15, which obviously misses as well, if I know anything about what number is bigger than the other. All right. That brings us to Dandy.
All right. So Dandy is hastened, correct?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Horus, I'm also going to assume that you identified the person in the cocoon as a non-threat as well, right?
Yes, I said that.
Okay, good. I
distinctly said that. You
Awesome,
can go
thank
back
you.
on the tape and look.
No, you're good. You're good. I'm sure you did.
Oh,
All right.
man, the guy
so
inside the cocoon's just
she
getting
gets
beat by hammers.
3
Oh, God.
swings of her axe. Is that correct?
Sorry, one more time?
She gets 3 swings from her axe.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay. So
Practice,
bonus Horus Storm Soul, or I'm sorry, yeah. Oh wait, that's not right.
Yeah, let me do this real quick.
Where do I look?
To click off your token.
sorry. Off.
And click back on. And you'll now have an attack for Storm Aura. That didn't work. Oh, well, it is in your... If you open up your character sheet, it's there at the bottom of your actions.
Okay, perfect. All right, so I'm going to initiate my Storm Aura. There you are. And I'm going to hit it with my axe.
Rage does not apply to that. So it takes... Oh, God. It gets a 5 on its
15.
dex saves. Takes 5 from the lightning. 13 just hits. Makes contact. 17 from the
Alright.
flanking certainly hits.
I'm going to swing again.
16 hits.
And I'm going to swing again, just for funsies. It looks like she's like
19
Just-
hits.
19
going
does
back
hit.
and forth with the axe. You see a blur of
Just boom, 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 just back and forth. Nice. It takes 29 total damage. Good shit.
Good question. Would action surge work with haste?
It
or-
would.
Oh.
Yeah. All right. So that wyvern is officially looking hurt, as is the one that Wyatt and Brevin are just absolutely giving the worst day of its wyvern life. But yes, the one in front of you, Dandy, is definitely beginning to look hurt now.
beginning to look hurt. Okay. Oh, I'm done. I'm sorry.
Okay,
I'm
Frederick,
sorry.
you're up.
I can hit both of them without hitting one of the. Yeah, pardon me. No way. Okay, so I'm.
There's also a man in a cocoon to keep into account.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Can you guys tell I really don't want you to accidentally kill him?
Now,
Beef's gonna actually sit on him.
Please don't kill my plot hook.
Okay. I was thinking about dropping a fireball right on top of him and avoiding the wyverns, but you know, I won't do that this time. Let's see. Okay, yeah. Let me see. Yeah, there we go. Oh God, no. There we go. So I'm gonna move right about here, and I'm gonna strike the heavily damaged wyvern, the one that Dandy is currently laying on top of, with a witch bolt.
Okay.
Ooh, nice.
Let's upcast it to 3rd level, because I really can't use it anyway. Oh. Yes, I can. I can go.
Oh, you want that crit?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
You want that crit.
Yep.
Yes.
All right.
So
So what does Witch Bolt look like when it comes from Frederick?
unlike lightning bolt, which comes with the wand, witch bolt just comes straight out of the palm. You see cracks around the fingers, and then a wave of lightning just starts basically if you watch like Star Wars, the Sith.
I'm unfamiliar with I'm unfamiliar with this Star Wars.
Ah, cool.
I-
Oh, it's a really good show. You should,
Stars?
Star?
basically that. So
That's dumb. Stars don't fight.
That's the
Is that
one
like
where
a-
you go trekking.
yeah, so
Not to brag or anything, but I've actually got 2 trophies that I won on cruise ships for Star Wars trivia. Thank you.
Oh, okay. So
No, you just
basically
did that on the
exactly like
internet.
that. All you see is Frederick just run by one of the riding horses on top of his and just points out his palm, and you see the cracks of his fingers start searing, and you see a wave of lightning just straight at the wyvern
Nice.
or wyvern.
All right. So let's add that damage up. 19, 29,
Plus-
33, 34. Did I math?
Yes.
Did I math it?
Yes,
Nice.
yes, sir.
I think it's the best.
God.
You two just took a lot of life off of that son of a gun.
Yeah.
Now he should have disadvantage on a save. Isn't I'm pretty sure which bolt the save I choose, right?
Which bolt?
Let me see which bolt. I could probably check right now.
Think as long as you keep concentration, it automatically does. You can automatically do 1d12 damage.
Yeah, it's not going to give a disadvantage on anything, but you don't have to use another spell slot to do it again, and you do not have to roll another attack. So, on hit, the target takes 1d12 lightning damage. Go ahead.
You can't do anything else that causes concentration.
Right.
Yeah.
So you are concentrating on that now.
I am concentrating on Danny's haste, so...
Oh, no,
so...
You can't cast...
So haste would have dropped as soon as you cast Witch Bolt, but I think that's worth it for the damage output you just dealt that thing.
Yeah.
Dandy got a full turn of haste.
Yes.
Oh, so really? So if you cast a
Yeah,
spell
you can't right. As soon as you cast a spell with concentration, any other concentration spells you're casting immediately drop.
But like, it is only if I take the action for concentration, right?
Concentration is just kind of a thing that happens. So as soon as you cast that spell, you are concentrating on that spell.
Yeah.
Okay. I
Like
didn't know
your
that.
concentration for this spell could be anywhere from a second or two up to a solid minute.
Right.
Okay.
Like if it's
yeah, so concentration, any spell tagged with concentration, you can only concentrate on one of them at a time, unless you have the ability that says you can concentrate on two. But you can only concentrate on one at a time. And then as soon as you cast another spell that has concentration, that concentration on the first one drops.
Okay. I wasn't aware of that, but yeah, sure. I'll still take the Witch Bolt.
Yeah, it's definitely
really
worth
good
for that
damage.
huge damage output, yeah. 39 points in one hit is big time.
How was more of any lightning bolt or firebolt I done? On a single target.
Right, anything else from Frederick?
No, not really. That was my action. I could move, but I'm good.
Okay, wisdom save for it at the beginning of its turn. They're not very wise, guys. It gets a 2, and
14 damage.
at that point, this thing would just begin shrieking around at all of you. It would kind of drop down to its feet, drop down onto the ground the rest of the way, and just kind of begin breathing heavily. It'll start backing away from you all on the ground. Once it gets to right there, you all can take opportunity attacks if you'd like to.
Swing for a dandy.
Yes. Can it be the big axe?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Let me pull it up.
12 does not hit, unfortunately.
Okay.
Horace, you can take an opportunity to get?
I'm thinking I was casting spells and I don't have a hammer in my hand.
Word. Okay. So it backs up on its clawed wings, on its feet, until it's about maybe 10, 15 feet away from you all. It lets loose one last screeching roar at you all, and then takes to the sky and retreats because it does not wish to die here today.
Oh.
Flinch.
Wait. Can that Witch Bolt we didn't count Power Surge on that, right? For an extra 3 damage?
That wouldn't have taken it down.
Oh, never mind then. Oh, I was really hopeful. I was way too hopeful.
Right.
Whoa. Since
Creature
Flinch
acts on its instincts. Yep.
Yeah. So since Flinch just one of the wyverns to flee him, he yelled, roars his mighty roar of being the top dragon here, and he turns to the next wyvern, this one here, flies at it, attempts to
15 hits.
What? Okay. Okay, yeah. So
let's see how they like it.
He stung the wyvern. He flew, and filled with confidence. Flinch just looks back at the next wyvern, flies straight at his face, grabs him by the head, and just stings him right in the forehead.
Oh God!
I guess his new Constitution saving.
Roll that damage.
What, 11? Oh, damage. Yeah. Right.
Nice.
of 6 piercing. A Constitution saving throw of 11.
Right. Constitution
This
save of
will hit.
11. It meets to beat, unfortunately.
Whoa. That would be hilarious.
Right, I was actually looking forward to a little bit. I'm like, that would just be hilarious if this thing just gets like a nat 1 and just drops unconscious. Alas, that was not in the cards.
Okay, yeah, this is Flitch's big moment. The fact that he's able to stab one of them gives him more confidence. Yeah, okay, that'll be Flitch's turn.
Drake, you're up.
All right. Let's see here. They're not exactly the best melee types, so let's just have some fun with this turn. We're going to quicken a Dissonant Whispers. We're gonna upcast level 3. Try getting this one still.
Okay.
Ignore the hex.
Ignoring the hex. Okay. Jeez, how it can't run away though. It does fail.
So you
So
have to use this
19?
reaction to move as far as it can away
It's
from
grappled.
me.
Yeah.
Around the neck, but would that really stop it from me on the move though?
Yeah, its speed becomes 0. That's the grapple condition.
Darn. That's unfortunate.
So it's just terrified of everybody and everything that's happening to it right now. It looks at you and lets loose this scream. Like...
It has the big puppy dog eyes. Puppy dog eyes.
Wait, he's terrified of it. Can we like do a force tame?
All right, so 12 does not hit, but 22 does for 10.
Was 13
Wait.
hitting?
13 hits.
Yeah, all inspiration. It
Okay.
Just sure to hit.
And that, so being held onto in a chokehold by Wyatt, I'm sure Brevin still has it, trying to bite at it still, and this thing just screeching and flopping around trying to get out of its reach. How does it die, Drake?
As it's just completely terrified, it just gets blasted straight through the heart as the force from my Eldritch Flame just goes right through its body.
All right, it drops.
That is turn for me.
Okay. Jeez, you guys.
Poor Wyvern.
I mean, to be fair, it would have murdered you all, given the opportunity.
Well, yeah, but, like, it was just an animal. It's not even murder.
All right, Wyatt. What's it gonna be?
Oh, well, that changes my plan.
What plan did you have in mind? Which was not this?
Interesting.
Now I was going to snap the Wyvern's neck.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to make it to that side, but you guys got it. You guys got it. He'll take his shield and just hold it in front of Brevin. I'm not sure. Drake, did you get hit at all?
A little bit, but I'm pretty healthy.
Okay. And he'll use his preserve life. And you can choose to split 30 points between both of you.
Brevin, take whatever you need. I'll just take whatever's left.
Oh, it's the care button. Where am I currently at?
You're fighting Wervin.
18 out of 39 left. So
20.
okay, that gets me to just 1 under. So if you need any of the rest, feel free to of the remaining 10. Feel free to take it, Drake.
Sure, I'll take 10.
That's it.
Okay. Brevin, you're up. It's safe to
Very
say that
much.
even though it is elevated, you do still have clear range shots at the wyvern that's up there.
Hold
let
up.
me.
The channel divinity for preserve life can only go up to half their hit points.
Oh.
After hit point maximum.
Yeah, so you can take up to half of 39.
Yeah, so I can't take any of those hit points then.
No, you can
Oh.
take up to
Yeah.
half your hit points of it.
Yeah, so I think
No.
the way that reads is so choose any creatures within 30 feet and divide those hit points among them. This feature can restore a creature to no more than half of its hit point maximum. Yeah, I do think that means that it wouldn't be able to restore them any higher than 22 for Drake and what is that, 19 for Brevin? The way that's worded? Because I was originally going to say that, yeah, it could only heal them a maximum of 22 or 19 points, but this feature can restore a creature no more than half of its hit point maximum. Interesting. So this fight's almost over, guys. We'll go ahead and run it like that for now. Just you guys can keep whatever you've got for now, but I will look into that and find some rulings on it.
Okay, well, considering the fact that he's still, of course, rather arced at this creature, so first thing he's going to do is he's going to yeah, we'll go ahead and toss a hex up there on the thing.
Okay.
As a bonus action. And
Was-
we're going to do
Okay.
2 blast at that thing.
11 does not hit.
I have not used my sessional yet, have I?
I'm not sure. If you say you haven't, then you haven't.
I don't believe I have. I'm willing to use it for that to hit.
Okay.
However, using that Grave Touch feature at the moment, I also get to add a second D10 of... I get to change that to Necrotic and add an extra D10 on top of that one.
Nice. Okay. Another 8.
I'll make sure it gets hit at least once. I'm going to throw a second one, which is just the regular force damage.
Okay, that is not going to hit.
Nope, that will miss.
And now I'm fairly certain you've used your inspiration.
Yes, I did. I've used it up, but I want to make sure I got that little nice double hit on one of them.
All right.
I just think you hear a little. We try to fire that one.
All right. Anything else from Brevin?
I think that's all he could do at the moment, unless he wants to run around and he don't feel like being in the middle of difficult terrain if this thing swoops back around.
Okay. Oris, you're up.
Horace, I want to run around the wyvern. Can I specifically grapple its tail?
Sure.
I'm going to grab the tail, so that's one last sting against Dandy. What?
Athletics check.
Athletics.
Wow.
Oh.
It got a 22, Horace.
Kimber teeth.
So you have it. It is
Okay.
it is grappled.
I got a wyvern by the tail.
Yeah, you do.
Beautiful dwarf.
All right. Jeez. Okay. Anything else?
No, I'm good.
At the start of its turn, it is going to first make a wisdom save. And it's a 13? It gets a 13?
14.
All right. So it takes that damage, and then it looks around and sees everything. It looks towards the cocoon, and then looks towards the rest of you, and then tries to take to the sky. But it is currently grappled, so it is going to have to make another contested athletics check against you, Horace.
Okay.
This is going to be its action. Oh no. Yeah, it got a 6. I don't think you could have failed that. A nat 1 is the only way you could have failed it. All right, so it flies up and it's a little bit airborne. It's trying to flap away, but Horus just has it by the tail, his heels digging in as this thing tries to escape and fails epically.
I'm in plate mail with giant gauntlets. I'm holding on to this thing.
All right,
Out of curiosity.
that does bring us to
Hey,
Dandy.
Ma, I caught a big one.
What's up,
Alright.
Crimson? Get a question?
You remember how I described Flinch's next earlier attack was he clenched onto his face? I just pictured him looking around. All he saw was Flinch just holding onto his face.
All right, Dandy, go ahead. Yeah.
Beast is gonna charge up here.
Oh, leave him for Flinch.
And since it's kind of like you said, trying to fly away with Horus anchoring him down, she's going to swing her great axe basically at its throat.
Okay. Yeah.
That is beautiful.
Do I need to swing again?
Yes, you do.
All right.
It is not quite dead yet. It's 25, 26,
also,
27.
I'm going to drop my storm aura on it.
Oh, no. Okay.
Oh.
Go ahead. And,
D6. Sorry.
it's got to be the one from your character sheet. Oh, that'll. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So,
And-
now you don't have to swing anymore. So the axe catches it square in its elongated neck, and it is still going. It's blurting out like all this like black sludge from the poison in its veins, and the blood just goes flying everywhere. But then the lightning strikes out from Dandy immediately after the hit, and it just fries it. Horus's beard starts standing up on end.
Sorry.
Shout, lassie, I'm a conductor.
Oh my god.
You're a literal.
I thought you were
piece of metal.
a dwarf.
I'm aground.
The puns. All right, everybody. So we will go ahead and drop out of initiative now. And as this whole scene begins to calm down, you all hear some low moaning coming from that cocoon-like sack, and you can see what looks like hands pushing up, trying to push themselves up and out of it weakly. And there, we will go ahead and take our break. When we come back, you guys can figure out what's in that box. All right, so we are back. The wyvern corpses lie around. One of them did manage to escape with its life, fleeing as a cornered and wounded animal would. As the scene begins to settle down, the low moans begin to reach your ears from that sack, that cocoon. It is soaking wet. Water is just like pooling up around the bottom of it. It was very clearly once submerged by the looks of it. If somebody would like to make a nature check, they could maybe find out more.
Who has the highest nature score by chance?
Can Dandy just tear it open?
Yeah, of course.
Would anyone want to make a nature check before Dandy?
I'll try. I guess.
Okay. Frederick, it would be quite obvious if this was recently plucked out of the Desseron River, not far to the north of where you are now.
I translate that to the group.
Okay.
Dropping you all back on.
So, can I open it?
Be my guess.
Yeah, what do you do?
Is the person safe in there, or is it safe to open for a nature check?
So there are handprints kind of rising up weakly out of it. You can see that they're pressing against it, but there is no strength behind that movement. It's very futile from the inside.
Would I be able to tell what the cocoon is made out of, and would it be safe to open without harming the person within it? With that check?
Make an Arcana check.
Oh yes, I like.
It's like, ooh, I'm good at those.
Yes.
Dandy is waiting to tear into this like a kid on Christmas.
Oh my god, that's scary.
It appears to be some sort of mixture between a biological adhesive and a magically created substance. You're not
Okay.
you're not entirely familiar with where this came from specifically, but you can tell that it is magical in origin and relatively safe to handle.
Okay. I just warned Dandy, prepare for a smell if it has some in it.
Can't be worse than those dogs. She just stares in like it's Christmas time.
So as soon as you tear it open, water just pours out of it. It was completely filled with water, and it just splashes out everywhere. The smell that comes out is in fact horrendous. And
I'm like ill. Just like
Oh my
trying
God.
back up.
Oh, worse than the dogs.
And inside,
It's like watching a birth take place.
yeah, that's it's.
Oh.
Brevin just stops breathing.
It's like I'm here like it's in my nose.
It's in my
nose. Oh,
I can
God.
taste it. All right. So the individual inside is a young man. Can't be any older than 16 or 17 years old. A young man in there, and dark hair, rather portly, wearing very fine robes, but they are dirty and obviously soaking wet. And the person in there appears to be nobility of some kind. And after a few seconds after the water has been drained out, he huge inhalation of air and just begins coughing, and all of this water was clearly inside of his lungs just comes coughing up and out of him. He sits bolt upright, hands on his knees, and just begins retching out what looks like gallons of water.
Tap him on the back a couple times, help him get it out.
Yeah, I'm like pitching my nose closed and I'm tapping him too.
Okay. So once that is out, yeah, Horace, you're able to help him out. He appeared to have
other
been,
than just
yeah.
slapping him.
He appeared to have been drowning, but you're able to help him get his airways cleared and everything. And
this is high quality barbarian medicine, Horace.
Dandy slaps him on the back even harder.
The miracles of life.
Okay, so after he can speak, he begins. He's still coughing every now and then. Where am I? Who are you? What happened?
Welcome to hell.
Oh God! What am I dead?
We're on the Evermore Way between Tribor and Yartan.
You're not.
A day's ride out of Yartan. We're the people who saved you.
Saved me from what? I don't remember. The last thing I remember, I was just. Where? He rubs his head. He's like, I was in Yartar. I don't remember where I was last.
Can I do an insight check on him?
Yeah, of course.
Can I drag over one of the wyvern corpses?
Yeah. Go for it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you may want to take some of those tails.
You can't tell one way or another, Frederick. He does seem to be in quite a panic. And Wyatt, as you drag over the wyvern corpse, the head kind of flops in his direction, and he just and he rolls out of the thing and just like hides behind Dandy. He's like, "Don't let it eat me!"
I just want to grab the head and move it like a puppet. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
He's just like shaking behind Dandy.
I'm like too distracted by the smell. I have no idea what's happening right now. All I see is Wyatt playing with a dead corpse of a wyvern.
I don't understand.
I'm just going to introduce myself to him.
Yeah, I'm Artan. Artan Rosolio. I'm sure you've heard of me.
Have we heard of him?
Have I heard of him?
No one's heard of
Dandy
him.
would not have.
Actually,
Nobility.
yeah, I was just about to say, Frederick, you have heard that last name before. That is interesting. Yeah, absolutely. Frederick, you've heard that last name before. This person is, in fact, Yartarian. Hopefully, I'm getting that right. He is nobility from Yartar. The Rosolio family is very well renowned. Yeah, they have quite a bit of
Positively
sway.
or negatively?
They're more neutral. They're extremely rich business people. As such, their hands are not completely clean, but they're definitely not. They're definitely not on the radar of any organization as being like actively bad guys.
So, what was his name again?
Artan Rosolio. So you've heard the last name, but you wouldn't really know any details about the family itself. So you would know the last name. You don't necessarily know this person's position in that family.
So I still have my nose pinched. So I have a kind of a nasally thing going. As Rosalia, I heard of your family before. I lean forward. I try to get closer to him. I put my head
As
out.
you get closer, he just vomits up another like gallon or two of water.
Oh my god. Okay, never mind. I retract my head and I go. I am Frederick. These are my compatriots. I'm
Do you
from,
give him your last name, Frederick?
Fucking sure, why not? I say, yeah, I'm Frederick from the family of Van Enrics from Waterdeep. These are my compatriots. This is, we saved you from, that cocoon and 3 wyverns.
That doesn't make any sense. The last thing I remember, I was just at home. I was getting ready to go out and go gambling and just go out and have some drinks, and then I wake up and I'm just out here and I'm soaking wet and I smell terrible and I don't understand. He just starts crying.
Oh, God.
No.
What do we do? What do we do?
Brethren,
Deal with this.
They
He's
calm
on.
his emotions.
Yeah. Okay. So
Brethren is
the
yeah,
passivity
Brethren
goes over his face.
so sorry.
It's like I don't know why I was so upset.
Wait, how'd you do that?
With a second level spell, but it'll only last a minute.
Is it? Oh man, does that mean we have to all wear Hawaiian shirts now?
Yo, Hawaiian shirt question.
Yo, mellow.
He's a pothead now.
Brethren,
I'm really thirsty.
Oh, I got you. I pull out an old bottle of wine. I have many. I have 8.
His eyes get wide. Yeah, he would begin drinking greedily from it.
I was like, Horace, I've never told you how much of a saint you are. Well, I'm still holding my nose closed.
Do you have prestidigitation?
Brevin does, and he's going to utilize it on him after he kind of cleans himself up some, because he had the feeling showing up with blood dripping from his face was not going to be something anyone needed to see. But he'll come up and start utilizing prestidigitation on this man to try to help clean him up at least a little bit.
Okay.
Does it remove the spell?
So
Okay.
he begins getting up to his feet, and the smell does dissipate, as does his soaking clothes, all the filth that's all over him. And he gets up to his feet and he says, I don't know how I got here.
What day was the last? What was the date you last remember?
He would give you the date, and it was 2 days ago.
Well, you've somehow lost 2 days of time between then and now.
That's very concerning.
Everything's going to be fine. We're going to get you home.
My family can pay you a
oh.
lot. Like a lot. If you take me home.
Tell me
That's
something.
swell.
Could you tell me if you've happened to from what Frederick here has said through his knowledge of the arcane, that item that had trapped you was some sort of mix of magic and biological material. Have there been anyone? Has there been anyone of some sort of mystical or magical ability that you have gotten crosswise with?
No, I don't really have any enemies. I mean, there's some people that don't like my mom very much. Um, Frederick, you would know the mother's name for sure. It's Lady Desia Rosolio. But I digress. He would say, but there's some people that don't like my mom very much.
Who's
Is
your
there-
mom?
Where's the bard?
Is
That's the part.
is there any particular reason they dislike her?
Well, she's just really powerful. She has a lot of money and has a lot of friends, and you know how it is. He looks towards Frederick when he says this.
No.
He says, "You know how it is. You get a lot of money, and people just they get jealous of you."
Speaking of the bard, we have some clean clothes to put you in.
He looks down. He says, "Oh,
Very fashionable.
my clothes are pretty dirty, aren't they?"
How dare you? Soren says from the grave.
Oh no! So, it's safe to say that a minute has passed and panic begins to come across his face again. He's like,
Well, hopefully it would have done,
yeah, he's definitely a lot calmer now. He's not about to break out. He's not about to like completely break down anymore, but he's obviously quite scared.
Hey, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Come pet the beef. Beef will calm you down. Pet the beef. Pet the beef.
That's not a cow.
And perhaps
do we have any food? Give him some biscuits or something?
I'll give them some food from my pack because it's not like I need it anyhow.
Right.
Squirrel jerky from Dandy.
Squirrel jerky.
No.
gave him some wine.
I'm fine. I could really use some water though.
There's a river right there.
Yeah, sorry about
Yeah,
that.
you're right. He rushes over to it and just literally sticks his head in it, and you can hear the gulping. He is drinking a lot of water. After about 45 straight seconds of him doing that, he jumps up. He's like, I feel a lot better now. Thanks."
normal?
What did he just
weird.
drink? Wait, what did he just drink?
The water from the
Water
stream.
from the river,
Oh, the
which
stream, okay.
would lead me to suspect that on the 2 missing days, he hasn't been provided with any sustenance at all, be it liquid or food.
He was just submerged in water. He had water coming out of his everything.
Yeah, but that's more drowning, not him actually trying to drink.
I really feel much better now.
Is he human? Is he like a water gensai or something?
With your medicine check that you made earlier, Horace, you would be able to identify this person as human.
Okay.
His skin was
Can
a
you
bit.
tell me what?
Yeah, I mean he was soaking wet, so yeah, his skin was a bit clammy. But yeah.
Actually, if you don't mind, what town does your family hail from?
Yartar, just up the road.
Maybe we should just continue on the Yartar and bring him with us.
Yes, please.
Probably a good idea.
My mother will shower you in treasures if you can take me. We're extraordinarily rich. She can give you tens of thousands of gold pieces for bringing me home safely. I'm sure she's worried sick about me.
Inside check. This kid's bullshitting, isn't he?
That's kind of what I was about to say.
Wyatt, he believes what he's telling you. We'll put it that way.
I like how you worded that.
I do have one quick question though before we get underway, due to the fact we have the various wyvern corpses.
Yeah.
Would Brevin, as an investigator, have any knowledge of utilizing the poison of the wyverns?
You would know that wyvern poison is extraordinarily valuable.
I have an extra wineskin, so I might attempt to harvest some and put some candle wax
So,
to tap it.
You guys saw what that poison does. Harvesting it is dangerous, obviously, and it is not easy to do. So somebody that's proficient in survival would need to essentially skin and harvest the poison from these things' poison glands. It will be a high DC, and failing could result in quite a serious case of poisoning.
Dandy's survival is a +4. Anyone else?
I have 6.
Who has
survival.
+6?
I have +6 in survival, but I think
There you
horses are
go.
higher, right?
I have no survival, but I have advantage on poison saves and resistance to poisons.
I love dwarves. They're so great.
If you want,
Man,
I'll take a stab at it.
Can we just sever the tails and bring the poison
The glands are
in situ?
the glands are what you need to get to, and they are not in the tail. They are at the base of the tail.
Yeah, the tail. It'll just say needle of sort. Can I?
Uh-huh.
Good question. Okay, so the cocoon he was in was magical, right?
It was
Partly.
right. Yes and no. It was biological, and it was most certainly of a non-natural nature, I guess would be what to say. So magical would be the better way to put that.
All right, so can I cast Identify on the noble person to see if anything's on him that's radiating something?
Yeah.
Because ways of a spell slot, but I'm very curious. He's acting really.
I think you could have done that as a ritual, I believe.
Yeah, you
if
could.
you'd have wanted to.
Save
you the slot.
Or
think we'll be here
detect
for 10 minutes
magic.
still? Or
Well, they're gonna take that long to get the poison out. So
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Sure. I'll use the ritual then. I'll ritual cast it then.
Okay. You
how
don't
big are
detect
the-
any magical lingering effects on this individual.
Alright, so he's just naturally that frantic. Okay, cool.
How about on the cocoon itself?
No lingering magical effects on the cocoon.
Okay.
Yeah, he's clean, guys.
Oh,
Alright.
so we should we should multicast insight on whoever's doing the glands, or maybe insight and bless so they stack.
I also have I can also cast guidance as a cantrip to help someone out with that.
Oh,
I think that's what he meant. Guidance and bless.
yeah. I don't have bless today.
I
have guidance.
I just need assistance, and I'll do the rest.
Okay.
Alright. I only have like a +1 to my survival though.
It doesn't matter as long as nice. As long as you're as anyone proficient in survival can assist
yeah.
and give them advantage.
Oh!
Oh, well, we'll just go with that. So, Dandy, with her expertise in survivalism and training up in the far north with harvesting from animals and getting everything that she could from these carcasses to obviously use them in whatever way possible, is able to retrieve the poison gland from this creature. Brevin, you would know that an intact poison gland, which it very much is with a crit success of a 24, is worth upwards of 500 to 600 gold pieces on an open market.
What about...
Awesome.
So we have 2 of them then, right? So we killed 2 of the wyverns?
You did kill 2 wyverns. There are 2 wyvern corpses. It would require another check to do the second one.
I kind of don't want to push my luck here, guys.
I'll shoot the second.
Okay, so
Okay.
add advantage with assistance.
Oh, well, add advantage.
Add advantage?
That is
Sorry,
advantage
sorry.
already. It's the 9.
I
So
slipped, I'm sorry.
you guys are stacking up bless and
Yes.
guidance.
Yeah,
Guidance.
Guidance is just a D4, isn't it?
Yes.
That would not get you there.
D4.
That would not get you there. All right. You do have protection from poison though. So
Guys, I got it.
he's just like
Popped in my hand.
right. It's just popped. There's like black sludge leaking down his hands.
You suck.
Wyatt?
You got something.
Why? You're supposed to keep the poison in the gland.
Okay,
we're just
so
gonna
go
sit
ahead
down.
and roll a con save, please, Wyatt.
Sorry.
You have advantage.
Oh,
That is unfortunately not good enough.
Can I do a lesser restoration immediately to
Yeah.
cancel out the poison?
You can. Wyatt does take the 28 points of poison
Oh.
damage, but he is not
Woo!
poisoned, and that is a good thing. because
Okay.
direct contact with this is very bad news.
Let me.
It's like why you saw Danny do it. It's like, oh wow, that looks easy.
It's
Yeah,
like it's
totally.
like burning through his
I
skin.
have-
She made it look easy.
You guys have.
So during all of this time that you guys have been doing this, Artan Rosolio would have gotten up and ran to the stream about 3 or 4 times and just shoved his head in the water and started drinking and drinking and drinking.
You okay, buddy?
He pops up. He's like, "Oh yeah, I'm just really thirsty, Thanks though, I'm fine now."
I'm
You're drinking a lot of water there, buddy.
It's like, yeah, it's weird. I'm just really thirsty. I remembered a little bit more about what happened also. So there was a golden goose. I can't quite remember why that seems so important, but I don't know if it was an actual golden goose or if someone was just talking about a golden goose, but there was definitely a golden goose involved with what was going on before. I can't remember anything.
Golden goose.
Yeah, a
Sean,
golden goose.
Can I?
That sounds
Is
like
there
the
like
name
a-
of a tavern.
Right. Is there like any families I would know that or like, affiliate themselves with a golden goose?
Make a history check.
Yes, sir.
Okay. It doesn't ring any bells for you as far as associating with the Artar.
No, like just general like nobility. Like, would they associate it with a golden goose?
It,
Not like
it
the
does
Artar
not.
affiliate
It does
with-
not ring any bells for you.
Okay. Because like you know how some families associate with certain animals, like a griffin or something.
Right. Yeah, no.
Yeah, so like, we
No ties that you can remember with no ties that you can remember with the 15 that would lead you to any conclusions about hearing about a golden goose. All right. He also goes on to say, "Oh, I also remembered this. There was a really, really pretty lady involved. She had black hair and just this gorgeous purple dress, and she was definitely like really, really into me."
I just like chuckle a little bit. Did you get her name
Raven
by
is-
chance?
I can't remember. I mean, I'm sure she would have given me her name. She was definitely interested, but I just don't remember.
I'm sorry, Brevin. Cut you off there, bro.
This is outside Dandy's expertise, so she's out.
Maybe we just
Yeah,
head
man,
to the Artar and find out.
I believe we should head to your hometown to see what we can discover. Just please let us know if any more information crosses your mind, and
Yeah, I'll
for
definitely do
for
that.
future reference, not every beautiful woman has your best interest at heart.
That doesn't make any sense. Why would? I mean, I'm like super rich.
Poor fool.
If that's your mindset, you also look like a very easy target for quite a few.
It's like
He looks really confused by this.
Why would
Oh, you
God
poor
put really
child.
beautiful women on the planet if they were not interested in his best interests?
Right.
The kid just starts
Dandy's not
pointing
entirely
at
what
Horace,
money
like,
has
see
to do with
it,
it.
right?
What was that, Dandy?
What does you being rich have to do with anything?
I have lots of money.
Is that a thing down here? Are you a good fighter?
Some people mistake money and power as being synonymous, which they can be, but it's not always the case.
Yeah, it is. What are you talking about? I've literally never had anything that I couldn't just like buy my way out of.
Huh.
Well,
So
Sorry, excuse me. And he gets up and runs over to the lake and just to the pond and just to the stream and just shoves his face in it again and starts drinking.
Wait,
Oh,
Wyatt was just
maybe
cleaning
not-
himself in
maybe
there.
not there.
Can I roll
Upriver?
insight?
Upriver.
Can I roll insight? Is there something I could roll to see if I can figure out why he's drinking so much. Because
Yeah, yeah.
I would say that there is no check required to see that there is something wrong with this kid.
Do we need to do a medicine check on him, or?
I don't think anyone would be able to figure out specifically what's happening here, even with a super high medicine check.
okay,
Arcana, or an Arcana check? Anything?
Would you be able to make the day's trip to Yartar without access to water every 2 minutes?
Oh yeah, I don't see why that would be an issue. I should be fine.
Because you just keep drinking. Okay.
We have water skins and stuff, right? You guys look like you're pretty well
Do you have
equipped.
some sort of sodium deficiency, sir?
He just looks at you like confused. What?
Yeah, what's a soda deficiency?
What's a soda?
Oh, you guys don't have that here?
No, Wyatt.
Man, I can't wait to take you guys to Vasselheim.
So he's just gathering whatever water skins that you all have and asking for them, just filling them up with water. And he's like, "This should be fine. I should be good. We should go."
I will cast Detect Good and Evil once again.
Okay. And
Why is it one paranoid man?
given what he's been through, he's got reason.
Listen, this guy's one wrong move from getting put over the back of the horse and tied and dropped off at mom. So,
Wyatt, I need you to make an Arcana check in addition to your Detect Good and Evil. You are getting weird vibes from this kid, but you cannot quite figure out exactly what it is.
Guys, I am gonna get more Wyvern gunk all over me. You watch.
Okay. Wyatt, you definitely know that your Detect Good and Evil has picked up something. It is not what you would normally expect. It is not the same way that you would say if there was a skeleton standing in front of you that you would detect undead or anything of that nature, but you definitely have picked up something lingering on this kid.
I just lean over to Brandon like, hey, man, worst case scenario, something's growing in him.
Ha! That's weird. Would I get like what? Like
With a 13, you're
what
not
kind
sure.
of- I'll use sessional for 18.
You get the faintest hint of an aberrational presence coming from him.
Okay. Okay, that's weird.
What's weird?
This kid's glowing like.
Are you saying this within earshot of him?
Yeah.
This is Wyatt.
Yeah, because Wyatt's up front. He don't give a shit.
Yeah.
He's glowing like a weird pink.
He
Does that make sense?
he immediately starts looking at himself. He's like, I'm fine. I don't understand. Can you guys please just get me home? I really just want to go home.
You look like something's inside of you. Are you sure you're not sick?
Like, I don't really feel that great, but whenever I just maybe I'm just super dehydrated or something. Whenever I drink the water, I feel better.
Okay. What do you feel when you're not drinking the water?
Just really, really thirsty.
Horace, did you say this kid's all right? Like, did you?
maybe let's just keep him out of the water.
Yeah. I lean back to Brandon like that was a joke. I was not expecting something.
Can we just go, please? I'd really like to get home.
This might help. I'm not sure. This might help. Okay, hold on. Old Dr. Wyatt's gonna do surgery.
Oh God!
Stab him in the back.
Oh wait, context, please.
I'm gonna do this quick because I don't want to harm him. So it's gonna be like a quick like brush on the shoulder, and I'm gonna cast protection from evil and good, and I'm gonna choose aberration.
I'm so tense right now.
A little bit, yeah. With this music, this like,
Wyatt, it does not seem to have any effect on him.
Okay. I will keep it up for the entire 10 minutes and see if he drinks water or anything like that.
Just keep him out of the water. How about that?
Well, let's go ahead and get this underway, I suppose, if we can't determine anything else going on.
No, nothing.
Yeah,
This place is weird.
I also mentally tell E to keep an eye on him.
Okay, E is very wary of the kid. Smells something weird on him.
would Flinch.
That would be the
feel
same
anything
for Flinch as
either,
well.
Or
Same thing with Flinch.
oh,
Smells
okay,
something weird on
okay.
him. Your familiars would tell you that that is a kid. That is a human kid, but something is wrong.
Like, imagine like E and Flinch just looking at each other like, what the hell is this thing?
I'm Well, I'm make sure that both of the water skins I have are filled up just in case this fella's needing them.
Right. Well, at this point, we're just burning daylight. Let's head
Yep,
out.
So-
let's go.
So, this would be a good time to check in with the sending stones, saying we found this
Yeah.
this guy.
Yes.
We'll do it
His,
on
his
the way.
name. He keeps drinking water. He
If nothing else,
registers
if
as
nothing
an
else, we need to
aberration.
let Kotha know that we have at least found this individual. We can return him to his residence in Yartar.
Okay. All right. So when you send that message, the return message would consist of her saying, "Absolutely, if he is Yartar nobility, please return him, as Yartar is a member of the Lord's Alliance." And she would also say that they've been hearing rumors of nobles going missing from that city and winding up in Waterdeep, of all places. So, yeah, Kotha would definitely ask you to look into it.
Well, my friend, it appears as if it's fortunate that we've encountered you.
Oh yeah, I don't. That was really weird. Just in that sack of water.
Apparently, you're not the only member of nobility that has been disappearing lately.
Really, that's weird. Who would try to take us? I mean,
that's the mystery.
So like, I'm gonna do something dumb. Is it cool to borrow the standing stone to send a message to?
It's.
You just said her name.
Kotha.
Kotha
Moss Bottom or Blossom. So he's the bottom part. Could you say mobility in Yarkar is disappearing, right?
Correct.
She would know that I'm within the party, right?
Yes, she would.
At this point. Can I ask her to check on the Van Rick family?
Excuse me.
Frederick?
Like,
she does not respond right away when you ask that, which is
Oh.
uncharacteristic. She usually responds almost immediately. About 15 minutes later, the sending stone responds, and you get a response. "I'm sorry to say this, Frederick, but your sister-in-law is dead, and your sister is missing, suspected of killing her."
Oh, Jesus.
I just like we're on the road. I just like sit like solemnly on the horse.
So while Frederick is processing that, the kid would just begin itching at his. You guys have moved away from the stream now, and he has just been drinking all of the water. And within about an hour, all of that water is gone. And you've noticed that he's been pouring it onto himself as you go as well. And he just claims to be hot, that he's overheating. Any sort of medicine checks would prove that he doesn't have a fever or anything. But once the water has run out, or whenever you deny him water, he would begin itching at himself, and he's just like, it burns. I don't understand. I need water. I really need water. Please.
How far have we gone from the river?
You're about. Well, the Deserin River is always within about less than a mile away from it, wherever you guys are at any given point. Because as you can see,
Telling you.
your tokens right here, the river is never farther than 3 miles from the road.
Would I have had time to get off a prayer of healing, not only for myself but for the few that did take hits?
Yeah, definitely. You guys have been on the road for a couple hours now.
16 plus 4, so 20 to 6 people for healing. Yeah.
How much do we get?
20.
Oh, cool.
Each?
Yes. So that would cover Brevin and Drake for the botched channel divinity. So the points you guys did need to take.
Cool.
And as we are continuing on, I will also use my ability to harness divine power, burning both my channel divinities for spell slots.
His skin looks like it is burning. It is bright red. As he's scratching, he begins to take off chunks of it. He begins begging for water, that he needs water. You can tell that he appears to be almost dissolving, as if from some sort of acid from under his skin.
I do not
I
like
don't
this.
I don't like being in the cart with this kid. Will somebody else put him on a horse?
I think the fact that
I'm,
compensating that, I'm gonna pull him off the wagon and throw him into the river.
Okay, so
Drag him into the river.
assuming that at some point you guys have pulled off and taken him to water, as soon as he got there, he would have just dove off the horse and dove into the water. You all would see steam begin to rise off of him as he goes in, and he immediately calms and goes beneath the water for about 5 minutes.
Okay, no.
And then
No.
he comes out
No,
just
no.
gasping. He is panicking.
While he's in the water, I am going to do something so hopefully he can kind of get back to his house a little bit quicker.
Hank, as you approach him, his skin appears to be going translucent.
Like,
We are not playing with this anymore.
This is
Wait,
not the
wait,
miracle of life.
Huh, interesting.
dude, wait, what do you mean translucent? Like, is he?
Like you can see veins and muscle through his skin.
Oh, he's like jellifying. Oh god.
If we can see
Out
the
of
muscle
character, I'm
veins,
pretty sure I know what this is, but I don't know if my character would know.
No one's character would know what this is.
can I see
Okay.
like? Oh, I guess I wouldn't know what it would look like. Is there anything that doesn't look humanoid in him? If
No.
he's going translucent?
No,
No.
everything, especially Wyatt and Horace, with your expertise in giving people medical care, everything looks completely normal, aside from the fact that you can now see through his skin.
What does E?
And it's not everywhere either. It's just like patches. His skin isn't completely translucent yet. It's mainly on his arms, his extremities.
Dandy is super uncomfortable.
Okay.
What does E and Flinch think about the kid now?
They and it's also important to note that the sense that you were getting, Wyatt, is still there, but it's lessening, as if whatever did this to him, its touch is slowly fading, even though he is still affected by it. E and Flinch, they would get pretty much the same vibes, that this is a person, but there is something very wrong with him.
Like, how, are they like acting aggressive towards him? More like,
No. More worried, more like I said, this is a person that has had something very terrible happen to him, and your familiars can sense that.
Okay.
Okay. The thing is this is whatever this is. It seems to be beyond our own abilities. Correct?
And at this point, he is in the water, and he says, "I think something's wrong with me, guys." He's looking at his hands that he can practically see, like down to the bone and through the muscle.
Correct me, Horace.
Okay.
Did you try lesser restoration on him? I know you did it on me to get rid of the poison.
No one has tried restoration spells on this guy yet.
I will burn a second level Lesser Restoration.
The translucent backs up a bit. It doesn't completely go away. Like you can still see like veins too clearly through his skin. That does seem to have reversed slightly whatever is happening to him though. And so he looks up. He's like, "See, I'm fine. I'm fine." And he just like starts running out of the water towards you all.
How far are we away from Yartar?
About 6 hours at this point.
Okay. Well, we're going to
4 hours if you rush.
We have to rush.
question. If you have wet clothing upon you, does it seem to alleviate the burning sensation you're feeling when dried out?
Yeah. As soon as I touch the water, it seems to be a lot better.
Oh.
Okay, we're going to refill all water skins. We're going to try to any spare cloaks, blankets, things of that nature, get them water saturated where you can kind of cycle through them until we get to Yartar.
From the barbarians that attacked us, we got tents. Can
Yes,
we
we'll not be able
seal
to-
up the tents and fill them with water?
You can most certainly make a cocoon out of those, similar to what he was transported down the river in.
I guess. Yeah, we could try.
Yep. Only thing to do.
So as
We
you all
do
are doing that,
rush.
as you're all doing that and filling it with water, taking the time by the river to make this thing and fill it, he would get into it and he would immediately, like almost like he was getting into like a warm bath, just immediate relief. And he says, "Oh, that's a lot better. Thanks, everyone. I'm just gonna." And he goes in and he closes the thing and submerges himself and does not come back out.